En el marco de la 21ª edición del Miami Jewish Film Festival, Cinemaplot asistió al early screening de The Cakemaker, la ópera prima de Ofir Graizer. Luego de la proyección, el director compartió con el público y nos concedió una entrevista exclusiva para hablar de su película y otros temas referentes al mundo del séptimo arte.
I don't know. I mean, it differs. I mean, this film is this film. It has these characters and this story, and I would love to work in different films, different genres, different ideas. I want to explore things, and this film also is the way I see it. It's not one genre. I mean, it's basically melodrama, but it also has some elements of thriller into it or some. I mean, I took it from all kind of places. This film is influence of many films, so I'm not sure specifically I would like to do something very similar. I do want to do something similar because this is what interests me, people and stories of people and have their own personal conflicts, but who knows, I would gladly do also horror movies or whatever. The most difficult thing was financing the film. It was just basically impossible to finance the film. When this answers also the second question, because in the end, when we said, okay, we're going to shoot the film with a very, very low budget, so then the feeling was, oh God, it's going to be very, very difficult to do it. I don't know what I would say to myself. I think I had to experience everything that I did, all the difficulties and all the horrors, as well as all the good things, in order to do the film the way it is. I mean, you have to make mistakes, and you have to have trouble, and you have to have issues if you don't have it. So if anything is like smooth and nice, so your work will be smooth and nice. And I don't want my work to be smooth and nice. I want my work to be meaningful and powerful and edgy and painful. And I think maybe the only advice I would give myself is maybe to be a bit more relaxed about some things. I mean, to be less hysterical or less worrying. To say, okay, it's going to be okay. We're going to get it done. Maybe just to take things a little less dramatically. But on the other hand, the situation that we've been through in making this film, I don't think it would have been possible to remain relaxed. I mean, it's just that's not a part of the game. You know, the game when you make a film, first feature film, independent, this is the game, is issues, problems, challenges, but you deal with it. Death in Venice of Visconti. Aliens, James Cameron, and Edward Scissorhands, Tim Burton. 3 movies that I love since I was a child. And 3 directors, Kubrick, I think is my number 1. Pasolini, very important. And the third one, it's difficult. I would say the early years of Spielberg, the early American blockbuster era, Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, all these films, the Raiders of the Lost Ark, you know, these were fantastic films about fantasy, which reinvented popular cinema, Hollywood cinema, and it has a lot of problematic and bad influence on the cinema, because today the cinema is only about making money. But as films, they were truly beautiful, wonderful fantasy that as children, I mean, this is what made us as children love cinema. Whoever tells you that he grew up on, I don't know, Fellini and this, I mean, he lies to you. I mean, I saw Fellini when I was 10 years old, The Nights of Cabiria, and it really affected me, but this is not the kind of film that I grew up on that made me want to make film. The film that made me want to make film was the you know, action, adventure, Star Wars and things like this. And what happened in the 70s and the 80s, that those films were just beautifully made. Today it's all crap. Today even the Star Wars and all these remakes, it's pointless. It has nothing. As a director, the advice is do not be a director. Find another job. There are about 100 or 120 different jobs in the end of the movie. When you see the roller, like 100, 120 different jobs. Find one of those. Do not be a director unless you are ready to suicide on your project. And this is not a joke. If you're not ready to go all the way, to sacrifice everything, if you're not ready, so do not aspire to be a film director unless you come from a very, very rich family that you can just, pay for your movies so you don't have to fight for anything and then do whatever you want. This is a director, so don't do it. As a scriptwriter, don't listen to what anyone says. Especially not the script writing books and the plot and the change in plot, turning point and all this. This is all lies. And only listen to a couple of people you trust and rewrite, and research. This is, let's say, advice. I mean, you have to research. Don't just write with your computer. Go out, you're writing about a cafe, go sit in the cafe. You're writing about murder, go and meet a murderer. I mean, this is important. And the producer, choose the right people to work with. That's it. That's the only thing. I mean, just make a very, very good choice about production, because you have to be surrounded with people who know how to do the job. Good people, meaning good in the term of professional, but also in the term of human relations. People who are behaving like human beings. Like, remove all ego issues, all of these things. Don't let them in. You have in your set a bit of ego, you're screwed. You will not have a movie. Hello, viewers of Cinema Plot. My name is Ofir Graizer. I'm director and writer of the film The Cakemaker, which will come out in summer 2018 in the theaters in the USA. I invite you all to come and watch my film, and I hope you will enjoy it.